Bombardier, planes and trains. How long have you been around?
We've been around since the early 1900s. We have acquired different companies around the world, and most of these have been there since the beginning of aviation. So some of these companies are like Shorts of Northern Ireland, then Learjets, of course, de Havilland of Toronto, and of course Canadair of Montreal.
As you know, in the region there are a lot of Learjets. Companies going well, I understand.
Well, yeah, Learjet and private jets are very popular in the Middle East and this part of the world. So yeah, that business is doing well, definitely.
Okay. Bombardier, you're coming out with some new planes, I understand.
Yes, definitely. You see right here our C-Series product. Our C-Series is our latest commercial aircraft product that we launched a few years ago. The first prototype is now flying, as you can see from the video behind me. And we're now accumulating the hours so that the aircraft does enter service later next year.
It's a wide body.
It's what we call a narrow body. Yeah. It's a wide body in other terms, but in our commercial aviation industry, it's a single aisle aircraft that has all the amenities of the narrow body aircraft.
Big story since the last couple of years is green. Planes have to be green.
Yes.
Can you tell our viewers something about that?
Oh, definitely. The C-Series is the greenest aircraft in its category. This aircraft will consume 20% less fuel than any other aircraft in its category. The emissions, 50% less emissions than other existing aircraft that are currently flying. Same thing with the noise. The noise footprint is 4 times quieter than what other aircraft in its category are producing right now. So it's an ideal aircraft for downtown airfields, city airports. Any airport that's very sensitive to noise and environment, this aircraft is the ideal aircraft for it.
All airports are very sensitive to that, but this plane looks to me especially for the Middle East because the countries are nearby. So.
Well, this aircraft is a great aircraft for the Middle East and Africa and the rest of the world. European customers, they love it. We're getting a huge interest in this part of the world, in Middle East and Africa, which is very, very important since this is one of the parts of the world that is leading in aviation. Africa is a booming continent with very high and dynamic economies. Of course, Asia, this aircraft is being looked at very, very closely. Very recently, one of the biggest Chinese lessors announced their interest in this aircraft, up to 30 aircraft. So the C-Series is a very popular aircraft across the world.
So this will be a success story for Bombardier?
Oh, definitely.
How many
definitely.
orders so far?
So far we're close to 400 aircraft of interest. We have 177 aircraft on firm orders, and with options and letter of interest, we're close to around 400 aircraft.
That's great.
Yes.
So you're becoming even a bigger player than you were. When is the first delivery going to be?
First delivery will be towards the end of 2014.
And who is the lucky carrier?
That's still a secret. But we have a launch customer. Definitely, we have already we started productions on the first production aircraft. Now we're building our prototypes. As I mentioned, our first flight test vehicle is up in the air. The set number 2, 3. And they're going to be flying also shortly. We're going to have about 7 aircraft in the flight test program.